Before anybody knew him for the battery, Alessandro Volta was poking around in a lake with a stick and uncovered one of the most important gases we know today, methane, or as Volta called it, flammable air native to the marshes. In 1776, Volta kept seeing this everywhere he tested. Wherever he pushed a stick, bubbles would rise. If it was more decaying matter than anything, he would see more bubbles. If it was more sandy, he would see less bubbles come out. Whenever Volta trapped the gas in a glass and lit it, as you can see in my demonstration, but with a lighter instead, it burnt. Stirring the mud released way more gas. Leaving it alone actually didn't stop the reaction, it just slowed it down a lot. Volta later ruled out underground springs. The gas wasn't coming from deep below the earth, it was being made right there in the mud. Volta concluded this flammable air came from decay, from dead plant matter, breaking down in water without air. He didn't know about microbes just yet, but he correctly identified that gas was natural, repeatable, and common. Alessandro Volta figured out where the gas was coming from, but who was making it? Well, that was a century later. Meet Louis Pasteur. About 80 years later, in the mid-1800s, Louis Pasteur showed that when organics break down, it's not happening on its own. It's being driven by living microorganisms. In other words, the gas Volta saw rising from the mud, it was being produced by life way too small to see. Pasteur showed that decay wasn't random, it was biological. Organic matter breaking down without oxygen was being produced by living microorganisms. Once those microbes were understood, someone had to take that knowledge and turn it into a working system. That's where Karl imhoff, I think that's how you pronounce it, comes in. In the early 1900s, he was devising a plan not to make fuel, but to clean up the cities. You see, cities were producing massive amounts of sewage and letting it rot in the open. It caused disease, smell, and contamination. Imhoff's idea was simple. Basically, contain what we already have in nature. Copy nature's way of taking care of decay. And as a result, we got methane and fertilizer and water. Volta saw where the gas was being made. Pasteur saw who was making it. Now, Imhoff, he contained it. At that point, methane stopped being an accident of nature and became something that humans could work with. Now, my question is, how much can we produce? Here I have my 12 volt, 20 watt solar panel. It will be connected to a 12 volt battery that I do not have yet. From the battery, it will be connected to a circuit board that I will be making probably in the next video. Its job is to control many sensors that will give us very valuable data to see how much we're producing and what we need to produce more. Another thing this is going to help us with is control our heat battery. What is a heat battery? A heat battery basically stores heat instead of electricity, so we can use it later for whatever uses. They use it a lot to heat houses and farms in rural areas. And I'm going to be using the system to be keeping my methanes nice and warm so they can be producing way more than they usually do. Once the sand battery has sent all the heat through our microbes and keeps them nice and warm for our nice methane production, we will have to filter the hydrogen sulfide and the CO2 that we produce. And we also will have to absorb all that moisture. Here's a CO2 filter. I will explain how everything works in the next video. To make the circuit board and the sand battery is not going to be easy. That's probably the hardest part for me. I'm going to ask my friend who could probably weld me up a good... But yeah, I just got to work on the sand battery and the circuit boards. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video. I'm going to be uploading a lot more. We'll see what's up. Thank you for watching.